How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have something that I'm really excited for. I'm going to be participating in Koogs46 Revolution series, and if you don't quite know what that is yet, or have only seen a couple of his videos, just a quick review of what it basically is. We're going to be selecting our team, our Diamond Dynasty team, from this spinning wheel up above. We have all 30 Major League teams as well as a free agent category, and I'm going to be just building up the starting pitching rotation, the bullpen, the position players, and then of course the bench as well, and then I'm going to kind of just make the lineup afterwards. So I have my tab open for my extra created team in Revolution. This is my regular ranked season team. I obviously won't be using that, but for this video purposes, while I build this team, I'm going to go ahead and just spin this wheel and basically talk about some of the players that I could potentially use. To start with, I'm going to be spinning for my ace pitcher to get things rolling. So let's go ahead and get right into this. We have the first spin right there, gives us the Royals. So that might have been a little bit loud for the spinning wheel. That's the first time I've ever used this technique, but I think that this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to build my team up a little bit randomly using this technique. So the first spin is the Royals. The second spin, we are going to be going with our number 2 pitcher from the Twins. So I might have to actually pick up some of these cards from the market in order to participate in this. I do have Willie Mays, as you can see here from the screen, but at the same time I did quick sell a lot of those players. So the Mariners for the number 3 pitcher, and this is going to be really cool. I've never done anything quite like this. I have kept up with Koogs Revolution series on YouTube, and I noticed that he hasn't played one of these games in a little bit, so I was really excited for him to reach out to me and play me for this video. So the Dodgers is going to be the number 4 pitcher. I could probably come up with at least a good gold or a silver from their team. Let me go ahead and get into the next one. I think for my ace, I'm going to be using Zach Greinke. I think from the Royals, I'll be using Zach Greinke, and then we also have our 5th starter for the Royals as well. So this is going to be the first bullpen pitcher right here. And I did double check and make sure that I can have 2 players from the same team. So that is also nice. I wanted to make sure that I was not going against the rules here. So we have our first reliever from the Phillies. The second reliever is going to be, the spinning wheel is pretty cool. I've never really used this, and now that I know how to a little bit, I might go ahead and consider using it for other things as well. So the Nationals for our second reliever, that's not bad. I could probably get Sean Doolittle as a lefty there. Not a bad option. Let me go ahead and write down the Jays as well for the next relief pitcher option. So far so good. I'm starting to think about how I can build my team up here a little bit. Yankees is always a solid team to get, I guess, for the bullpen. They have a really solid bullpen in this game. I can go with Dylan Betances. I can go with the Chapman, another lefty, couple options there. I can also do the David Robertson collection or the Team Affinity. Another Royals pitcher. So that's 3 Royals players already. We still have 2 more spots for the bullpen. That one honestly might be just a waste pick, and hopefully I don't have to use them in our game because the Royals don't really have the best pitchers or the best team in this game. But anyways, the Mariners, once again, the Mariners on board there. So that's going to be our 6th relief pitcher. Here's our 7th and final relief pitcher. We're going to get the Orioles once again. All right, so I could use Zach Britton. That's not a bad team to get for the bullpen right there. Actually, that was the first time we did get the Orioles on there, so that's not bad at all. Let me roll for catcher. We're going to be selecting our catcher. There's not that many options that are good anyway at catcher, so we get the Angels. I don't really necessarily know who the Angels catcher is. Koogs is going to be like, what are you talking about, dude? But we get the Angels catcher, so I'll probably have to go through and determine who I could use for that. Most likely a bronze or a silver. Padres for first base, so that's nice. I can possibly use that Adrian Gonzalez card from the collections. Definitely a solid option there. I would also be down to get Padres for third base. We get second base for the Giants, and that would have been nice to get center field, obviously, for Willie Mays, or second base, so I'll take that. I think I can use maybe Joe Panic, somebody like that. Marlins for third base. That'd be really nice if I had that Hanley Ramirez signature series, but I don't really know how many signature series I'd be allowed to use in this. I'm going to try and stray away from them. But anyway, we're rolling for shortstop now. Here we go. Cardinals for Rogers Hornsby. He's probably been the best shortstop I've used. We get the A's, and completely in the opposite direction. Pretty close to that division, though, anyway. Let me go ahead and roll for left field. We get the Royals once again. Koogs, our offense is not looking great. Hopefully our pitching can keep us in the ball game. But I have a feeling that it's going to be a really good game against between the both of us. I mean, I think that you're definitely a very good player at this game. And at times I have a really tough time pitching. So I'm glad that I was able to get some good pitchers. But I don't know if those guys are going to be able to keep you in check on offense. So we get our right fielder is going to be from the Indians. That would be nice if I had that Michael Brantley card, but I do not. Let me go ahead and start rolling for the bench. Here we go. We need some quality silvers on the bench. Silvers and potentially a couple bronzes. We get the Orioles, so that's might have a good option there from the Orioles. Potentially gold, Jonathan Scope. If I am not using him already at second base, I have a different team for second in the Giants. But let's go ahead and get a nice player from the Reds on the bench as well. That'll be solid. I'm not quite sure who I'll go with there. Potentially Derek Dietrich. That might be a good choice as like a silver or bronze card. Royals once again. So a few teams here where I've gotten multiple times, which is a little bit rare using this spinning wheel because, I mean, everybody has a fair shot. There's the same chance for every team. The Twins is the fourth bench bat, and let's go ahead and get our final bench bat on the squad. So that's going to be the Astros. Not a bad team right there. I wish I would have gotten a few better options for the offense, but let's go ahead and see what we can pretty much build with these spins. All right, so this is the team I was able to assemble, and it's not looking good on offense. It's pretty atrocious, to be honest with you. I wanted to keep everybody in their primary positions, and what I mean by that is I could have used other cards like Javier Baez in center field with the Cubs, but I wanted to go with the primary position center fielder, Albert Almora Jr., and we're also using guys like Jordan Luplow. I've never even heard of that dude. Alex Gordon in left field. I wish I still had the Signature Series card, the World Series reward, but I did sell him once I made World Series the first season. The team is not very good. We do have a guy up on inside edge in Brian Anderson, but we also have one down on inside edge, Marcus Semien. The best all-around hitter in this lineup is probably that Adrian Gonzalez, but at the same time, he can't really hit lefty, so if Koogs draws a left-handed pitcher, I might be in trouble. The pitching staff is looking much better than the offensive lineup anyway. I hope I get Zach Greinke selected on the mound, but at the same time, I'm sure Koogs will have a great ace as well. Francisco Liriano in the 2 spot, Michael Pineda, Hyunjin Ryu, and Jake Janis. I really hope I don't get that card. And when it came down to the bullpen, I didn't really want to use Sean Doolittle, and I would have had to purchase him off the market. Again, only 1,000 stubs, but I figured I would just go with the lefties that I already had selected in Zach Britton, Brett Cecil, and then I went ahead and chose Goose Gossage as my Yankees reliever because I didn't think another lefty and Aroldis Chapman would be the move there. So I figured I would just go with Goose. So let's go ahead and hop into this gameplay. We are going up against Max Scherzer. He's got a much better team than I do, but that doesn't really matter in this year's game. I mean, team overall doesn't matter as much. It would have been nice to get a little bit more power in the lineup and a little bit more vision as well. I mean, some contact and vision attributes are also important. Koogs also has a lot of diamonds and gold cards on his team. I had to go with a few gold cards on my bench because I didn't really necessarily think that the team was going to match up to his. I just had a feeling that he would be able to roll a much better team than I was able to roll. But I did only put 3 golds on the bench. I think I was supposed to have some bronze and silver cards. But we're starting this game off with a base knock from Marcus Semien there. We do have Adrian Gonzalez coming up to the plate, facing a righty too, which is nice. He has over 100 power. Send that one into the gap. That's going to be extra bases and move up to third base. Didn't want to risk it there with Marcus Semien, especially in the first inning. I know that Koogs is going to be able to score some runs, so this run is really important. And we almost line out there. Actually, the runner went on his own. And good thing he did because I wasn't really sure if that ball was down or whether or not he caught the baseball. But we do have Joe Panic up with an opportunity to go up another run. And Koogs jammy on that one. Up and inside, fastball, great pitch. And I wasn't able to get anything going with that one and extend the inning there with 2 outs. We do have Francisco Liriano on the mound, and I'm looking to use the slider on the outside half to righties. I'm going right back to it on a 1-1 count against Christian Yelich. However, he was all over that one. He's going to smack that one into the gap. That's going to be extra bases, and I know Koogs is going to put up some runs in this game, so I'm trying to minimize in this inning as best as possible. It's a 3-1 count now to Evan Longoria. He was taking a lot of great pitches, borderline pitches, and I was having a tough time locating with Francisco Liriano. Even through the first couple of batters already. I noticed that his control is a little bit wild. He does have the slider as his primary pitch, though, and that is going to be effective there as I threw one pretty much down the middle, but I did get him to hit it into left field, a nice flare there, but that is going to be deep enough to score the run. I was surprised because Alex Gordon has amazing fielding, a great arm, but probably not on his live series card, probably not anymore. I always remember him for his great defense, but Stanton is smashing the next pitch over the fence, and that's going to be a 2-run shot, making this a 3-1 game. But I was almost able to rob that. I don't really have the best fielder out there in right field, and it would have been tough to time that one up. I was a little bit early on that home run animation. But anyway, I was able to knock a base hit to start this next inning off. We do have a chance right here with Brian Anderson, and he's going to ground into a double play. The one guy that's playing up on inside edge, I swung at a great pitch from Koogs there, a low and outside cutter or slider. I couldn't really tell off the hand of Max Scherzer, but definitely a solid pitch there. And the following batter, I mean, I squared that one up, hit it to center field. That's going to result in an out. I mean, not really anything I could do about that one. I did hit it well, but I hit it right to center field, and this is a pretty deep center field. I know that Koogs also spins for the stadium, so this one was just randomly chosen as well. But we do have Francisco Liriano still in the game, facing Max Scherzer, and I threw that one right over the middle of the plate, and he sends it out for a no-doubt home run with Scherzer. I also noticed that he was hitting 360 with that Max Scherzer card. I know that pitchers absolutely rake in this game. You just never want to give up a home run to the pitcher, especially against Koogs. I mean, what am I doing? But I just couldn't believe that he hit a no-doubter. That was freaking awesome. But anyway, the very next batter, Roberto Alomar. He has the pitcher batting in the 8th spot, and Roberto Alomar behind him with Jose Reyes. Definitely a good combination. He gets the extra base hit and then cashes in the run. Just drills a line drive right off Francisco Liriano. And I think he's still rattled from giving up that home run to Scherzer. Anyway, I had to go to a mound visit and pause the game a couple times just to try and get some confidence back up on Liriano. I was throwing the ball right over the plate for Koogs at this point, and he was hitting everything. I mean, making great contact, squaring up the ball consistently. And this one with Alex Gordon, I mean, I squared it up, but just right to center field. There's not anything I can do about that one. I just have to keep trying to put a good swing on the baseball, and I did not right there. Marcus Semien grounds out to short to end the inning. So now I'm just trying to minimize. I mean, 30 pitches. He's already given up 5 runs in this game, and that's going to be another one. I threw that one right over the middle, and as soon as I released it, I knew that it was crushed for a home run. I know Koogs is not going to miss a bad pitch like that right over the plate. And then I brought in Brett Cecil. He's going to smack that one out with Stanton, his second home run of the game already, and we're only in the first couple innings here. I mean, bottom of the third, down 7-1. It's going to be tough to come back against anybody, especially Koogs, who's a great player. There as he sends out another home run with Johnny Bench against the lefty. Didn't really want to go to another bullpen pitcher at that time. I mean, I had to use whoever I could get that was going to get me outs. And Carson Smith is now in the game against Max Scherzer. He also hits a base hit. Koogs just on fire. I have to tip my cap. I mean, Koogs is a great player. He's hitting everything, and I'm trying to look to come back in this game. It would be tough to come back in this game with a Signature Series team. But I'm still going to try and make the most of this one. I'm going to try and make this a ball game. It is 8-1. I have to try and minimize as much as possible. I'm throwing pitches right down the middle in a sinker. I missed location. I was trying to throw that one inside. And Koogs did not miss that one again. Hits a nice double with Jose Reyes, his leadoff hitter. And that's just good speed. He was able to get up to third base on the very next batter. And we have Evan Longoria up again, who already has 2 hits in the game, including a home run. Almost another home run right there. I was able to track that one down with Jordan Luplow, and luckily he does have silver fielding out there, so not the worst. I was expecting with some of these cards I've never even really heard of or seen that they wouldn't really be able to make the plays on defense. I mean, Albert Amar Jr., he tracks this one down in center field, and at this point I really have to get something going at the plate, score a few runs here, because Koogs is on the verge of giving me a mercy rule. I mean, if he scores a couple more runs in his half of the inning, it's going to be a 5-inning game, and he's already up again with a chance to do so. Stanton has 2 home runs in the game there. I was able to get him to roll over on a good slider on the outside corner. Still have Carson Smith in this one. I mean, he's able to get a few outs. Better pitcher than some of these other guys that have been in the game. But in this one, I feel like Koogs is getting a little more aggressive, really trying to hit the big hit and put this game out of reach. I mean, it already is kind of out of reach. I don't really give up in any games in MLB The Show. I try and come back from down however many runs. I have been mercy ruled many times. In this game, I am just getting thoroughly outplayed by Koogs, and even if I had a better team, I just think that he's out-hitting me, out-pitching me, and what a challenge this is to try and make this comeback down this many runs. I had the top of my lineup up at least. I mean, Alex Gordon, finally able to send that one into the gap for an extra base hit. I did power swing on that pitch low in the zone, but we have 25 speed on second. I wasn't able to tag up on that. It wasn't really deep enough anyway. Koogs made a great pitch and just threw a fastball inside on the hands and got me to hit one into center field. Very next batter, same type of thing. A fastball in on the hands to Adrian Gonzalez, and I wasn't able to get the barrel of the bat to it, hit it more off the handle, and he sends that one to first base, and that's going to be an easy play. But the very next inning, I finally was able to get Max Scherzer out. Now we're facing Roberto Alomar. We won down in the inning, have Kelvin Herrera in the game now, and I just hung that changeup. I've had terrible feedback on my pitching meter throughout this game. But Koogs has hit every single mistake that I've thrown as well. Very impressive opportunity for him at the plate to be able to hit those mistakes consistently, and this one I thought he was going to walk it off. That one was a slider on the inside corner, and I thought that was game right there. As soon as I released it, does knock it for a base hit, making it a 10-1 game. And at this point, I'm just playing to try and make this a 9-inning game. That one I hung again, another curveball, hung in the zone right down the middle. Luckily, he lines it out. He squared that one up for sure. Easily could have been a home run, but resulted in a line out. Alberto Alomar Jr. is probably hit the ball the hardest in the game right here for me, and it is going to be a fly out. I mean, Alex Gordon did square the ball up earlier. I really need that ball to get down. I mean, anytime I'm down this many runs, I need every possible thing to get down. Barry almost makes a diving play. That was pretty impressive. He traps it, so it didn't get by him, and I wasn't able to advance. But nice defensive play from Koogs there. But the next batter, Kevin Smith, the Angels catcher, who I didn't really know. I could have used Jonathan Lucroy, but I decided against it. I decided to go with that guy, and he's coming up clutch for me with a knock into the gap. I mean, that's going to be a double. It was hit pretty slow, but finally able to get a couple base hits in that last inning. Max Scherzer had just been shutting me down up until this point. Very tough to pick up some of his pitches, and he's probably the best live series pitcher in this game, in my opinion. There aren't that many live series pitchers that I would use, but Max Scherzer is one of them. I went ahead and brought in Goose Gossage, and Koogs is absolutely just on everything. I have no idea what to pitch him at this point. He is hitting everything thrown below the zone, near the zone. He's taking everything outside the zone. Very, very tough to pitch to at this point. And I'm finally able to get a hard hit line out to center field. Albert Amar Jr. has been tracking down everything in center field for not having the greatest speed. Definitely impressive job from him out there. But we're facing Johnny Bench. Once again has a chance to walk the game off. And luckily he didn't on that swing. That was a sinker over the middle of the plate. He is going to score a run though, but that's not going to put the game out of reach. I scored that run in the last inning, so that's not going to be a mercy rule. It is 11-2, and we're only in the 7th inning, so I mean, I'm just trying to do anything that I can at this point to try and come back. I mean, Max Scherzer is dominating me in this game. Honestly, could have single-handedly won this one, hitting the home run, pitching an absolute gem at this point, and has a chance to score the game-winning run once again with Roberto Alomar. Luckily, I'm able to get out of this jam, a couple runners in scoring position. All right, in the 8th inning, I really have to make a comeback at this point, put up a couple runs here if I'm looking to have any chance of making this a ball game. But Hunter Dozier is in for the pinch hitter, and he grounds out to third base. Great pitch from Koogs once again. I mean, he's just been pitching extremely well. The few pitches that he's left over the middle, I've been able to hit them, but at the same time, they've most of them have resulted in outs. Like Alex Gordon went for the second line drive of the game. Here's Marcus Semien, lining one to center field. So squaring the ball up, but I'm not getting the results I'm looking for. That's just part of the game. I'm still having a great time. I mean, I've been mercy ruled and destroyed before in this game, and I mean, I'm excited to get completely annihilated by Koogs in this one. I mean, it's all good. I can take the L on my sleeve if that's how this game results. But in the bottom of the 8th, I'm finally able to get a couple strikeouts, and then he knocks a base hit the other way with Evan Longoria. That was kind of a weird swing with Evan Longoria. He had almost a two-handed quick swing there when the card has like a one-handed swing. It just looked that way on my screen. But anyway, Zach Britton is still in the game. I mean, my last option pretty much in the pitch. I had a few golds or another gold and a couple comments to go to afterward. But I figured Zach Britton would get the job done. Next inning, I'm starting it off with a base knock from Adrian Gonzalez, or at least I thought it was going to be a knock. He gets thrown out from right field right there. So pretty interesting. But we do have Alberto Amara Jr. up, and I think I keep saying his name wrong, but he's going to fly out to center field. Definitely all right game from him. Didn't really get anything going at the plate, but really only had like one misplay in the outfield, the ball that was just out of reach. For a center fielder, a silver center fielder, not a bad job from him. But I lined out there to end the game. Giancarlo Stanton is the player of the game, of course, with 2 home runs, drove in a bunch of runs in this one, and Koogs absolutely destroyed me in this game. GG's to Koogs. And I just wanted to say once again, Koogs, thank you for reaching out to me to play this game of Revolution. I had a wonderful time playing. I learned a lot of things as well regarding that spinner and a couple things that I can improve on my stream, things like that. Just thank you for reaching out to me and playing again. I had a wonderful time, and feel free to reach out to me anytime again to play a rematch or something like this. Again, I really enjoy that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.